Good day, everyone. My name is May A. Basut, and today I will discuss how I overcame failures in life based on my own experience. Have you ever been so afraid of failing at something that you decided not to try it at all? Or has a fear of failure meant that subconsciously you have undermined your own efforts to avoid the possibility of a larger failure? Many of us have probably experienced this at one time or another. The fear of failing can be immobilizing. It can cause us to do nothing and therefore resist moving forward. But then, when we allow fear to stop our forward progress in life, we're likely to miss some great opportunities along the way. We tend to be our most dreadful judges and live with a constant stress of what if I fail, so what it is then? It is about having too high expectations. Maybe we should trim the expectations down a little or make them more realistic so we don't ever experience failure in that sense that we failed. Could this be the answer? But wait a minute. Should we not have dreams, desires, and expectations for our lives to unfold in certain ways? Should we not wish and want? Of course we should. This is a natural human condition for evolution and progress. I myself have experienced this situation. I am the kind of child where the people around me set too high expectations for me. Being a consistent honor student since then makes me afraid to fail and not meet people's expectations of me, especially my parents. My mindset before was like, I should be like this or like that, or I should win because my parents expect me to, or I do not deserve to fail. I am also a child that is engaged in so many contests and activities. I used to be a journalist and a news writer at my old school. When I was in elementary and junior high school, not to brag, but I am used to it that every time I handled the contest, I always won and got a place in the top 5. The teacher, who also happens to be my coach in that contest, had already set her expectations for me that we would win a title every year. But in my final level of elementary, the fear in my heart had already manifested itself. I failed. I was so devastated at the time, and my passion for writing had even been lost. I was scared of what people around me would say to me that I failed. I was even scared of telling my own parents the result of the contest because I know that they always expect me to bring a medal when I come home after the contest. I was shy about facing my coach, thinking that I had failed her. That was also the time when I said to myself that maybe that was not for me and that I should stop being a journalist, representative, and news writing. I even doubted my own capabilities, which lowered my self confidence. But then something came to my mind. I realized that if I stop, I will never be able to recover from my defeat. I knew I would not be able to reclaim the title, so I pushed myself even harder. Plus, my coach also boosted my confidence when she said that she understood and accepted it. She said to me that I have already come this far, so what's the point of giving up? Along my journey, I accepted the fact that I may need to fail a couple of times before succeeding. I had learned to become more open to the risk of failing and tolerant of thoughts of distrust towards myself. There was nothing that would have resulted in damage that I would not be able to fix. I noticed that failure can be a good teacher and is a good way to learn things fast. I realized that the cost of avoidance outweighed its benefits. When I avoided participating in something, I was depriving myself of potentially valuable experiences. I realized I should not close doors. I decided not to allow fear to scope my life because it doesn't mean that if we fail once, we will fail always. It may be an opportunity for us to open new doors and unlock achievements. We should have a positive perspective and understand that you only failed because you tried. Failure in life is what teaches lessons and pushes you a step towards your end goal. If you had not tried, then you would not have failed, but then you would not have succeeded either. Don't rationalize your failure. Many times when you fail, you may rationalize it and give yourself a reason to give up. To overcome failure in life, you need to be firm and stop making excuses for yourself. Have faith as well. Never ever let failure in life affect your confidence level. If you fail, it doesn't mean you can never do it. Keep going at it and believe in yourself. Once you develop a strong belief in your abilities, you will be able to overcome any failure. Also, stay in the present. By wandering in the past or focusing too much on the future, you will miss out on the present. Therefore, don't wander in the past or focus on your future. Rather, concentrate on what you are doing now. By staying in the present, you allow yourself to grow from your failure and overcome it rather than drowning in your own pain. The most important thing of all is to learn to accept your failures. Running away from failures or trying to avoid them will never teach you anything. Go beyond your comfort zone, explore new avenues, don't think about the rejection that you may face, and come to terms with the fact that you too can fail. As you move ahead in life, you will come to realize that failure is simply a part of life. The sooner you start treating failures as learning opportunities, the sooner you'll reach your full potential. Don't take failure as a sign of defeat. While it's impossible to completely avoid and prevent failure, the above steps should hopefully help you manage and mitigate the aftermath. If you're still struggling with failure and feel like nothing is helping, don't be afraid to seek professional help. No matter how overwhelmed you might feel, never forget that there are people out there dedicated to helping you overcome failure and move on with your life. Remember that most of us will stumble and fall in life. Doors will get slammed in our faces and we might make some bad decisions. But imagine if Michael Jordan had given up on his dream of playing basketball when he was cut from the team. Imagine if Richard Branson had listened to the people who told him he'd never do anything worthwhile without a high school diploma. Think of the opportunities you'll miss if you let your failure stop you. Failure can also teach us things about ourselves that we would never have learned otherwise. We can choose to see failure as the end of the world or as proof of how just inadequate we are. Or we can look at failure as incredible learning experience that it often is. Every time we fail at something, we can choose to look for the lesson we're meant to learn. These are lessons. These lessons are very important. They how we grow and how we keep from making that same mistake again. Remember this quote. You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. Thank you.